What's going on, guys? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. As you guys read in the title of today's video, I just wanted to do a quick little trading recap and talk about the one position that I ended up adding to today, as well as some other stocks and ETFs that I'm watching to finish off this week and pretty much to swing trade for the next couple of weeks. So for those of you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Stas, and I make videos dealing with swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, and my personal philosophies and strategies when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. So for those of you guys that are interested in learning more about the stock market, investing and trading, and as well as following with me in my journey in the stock market, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and let's get started with the topic of this video. So the one position that I ended up adding to today was in RUN, ticker symbol RUN. And right off the bat, guys, why I was looking at this particular stock, and I mentioned this and talked about it in yesterday's video, but for those of you guys that did not, that weren't able to catch that, is because of the uptrending pattern that it's on, as well as the dip buy opportunity that the stock is offering. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar with my strategy, I look for stocks and ETFs that are on uptrending patterns over time, that are at dip buy opportunities, but are still holding the uptrending pattern. So this stock, clearly off the technical analysis, we see it's on an uptrending pattern. It's taken healthy corrections, but it continued to make higher highs, right? It's making higher lows as it's going up. Healthy correction, healthy correction here, and now it hit a higher high at about 1650, and now we saw another healthy correction. And pretty much why I like this stock, because A, it opened up about 10% potential for profit from about 1440 up to about 1650, actually more than that. 15% potential for profit was opened up, right? And it's still holding this uptrending pattern. And right off the bat, guys, we see that, okay, over time, this stock has been riding the EMA line, right? It's been riding the 50-day SMA line, and it's been able to stay above the 180 SMA line as well. So all indications are showing that this stock is on an uptrending pattern over these past 180 days, 4 hours here. We see that's the particular time frame we're using. So it fits all of our criteria. And for those of you guys that were able to watch my video yesterday, I got in at $14.50 with about 35 shares, and I took another position today late in the market at about like 3 p.m. today at about $14.75. And I'm going to be explaining why I ended up taking this position today and why I still see potential, in running up maybe to the 16s by the end of this week. And we're going to be talking about that right now. So let's look a little bit closer to the 5-day, 5-minute chart. And we see, okay, as run bottomed out at about $14.30, we see that that's a solid bottom point for this particular stock. That's a solid support level. It bounced here once, right? Stayed above it here again. It even opened up yesterday. It shot up to 1450, bounced again right about at 1440. It's been pushing up from this particular support level. So that's a good sign that RUN has found its bottom, and that is what we're focusing on for this particular stock, and everything else is looking good in terms of it staying above that support level. And then what we noticed today, guys, it shot up all the way. I think it hit highs of about 15.15. Then it pulled back, right? We saw a nice healthy pullback back to where I bought yesterday at about $14.50. And now to talk a little bit about why I ended up taking more, putting more money into this particular position, is because once it bounced right here, we can see it clearly, right? Once it bounced on this 180 SMA, what we noticed is that it was able to hold above it, start to push up, right? Start to trend above the EMA line, and now it's starting to push above this 50-day SMA line as well. And what we notice here after hours, guys, it shot up even to about 1485 after hours, but then it looks like it pulled back down to about 1475. But even after hours, we see RUN is still trading above, the EMA line, and we can draw another. We could draw another little trend line here showing that over the past 2 trading days, RUN is on an uptrending pattern, and it has 2 straight days of green days. We see it opened here at about 1440. It closed at about 1453 yesterday. We saw a little green day today, right? But still, over the past 2 days, run is looking to start to push up. And if we look at the 90-day 2-hour chart, we get a better indication of where it's trading. We see it bounced off the 180 SMA here, and it's been creating slow higher highs over the past 2 trading days from the bounce on the 180 SMA, and now it's slowly starting to peak above the EMA line as well. And what we're going to be looking at in particular before we add more into this position, because I currently only have $1,000 in, my average position's at about $14.75, I believe, somewhere around there. And my personal positions that I get into with my ETFs and stocks are mostly around $3,000 to $4,000. So I am looking to add more into this stock, as it continues to push up. So what we're going to be looking at, right, is if it does end up pushing up above the EMA line, gets closer to this 50-day SMA line, and eventually passes this SMA line, that is when we're going to be adding more money into it as it continues to confirm the uptrending pattern. So that's the #1 stock that I'm trading for this week and that I'm actively trading, and it's the only one that I took a position in today. But I wanted to talk about another one that another Instagram follower and subscriber to my channel shouted out to me, which was AABA. AABA. And this is a stock that it fits our criteria, again, of being on an uptrending pattern over time, being at a dip buy. But it's, what I'm going to be looking at with this particular stock is if it shoots above, about $75, $76, and it breaks above this 180-day SMA line, because this is a major resistance point right now. We do see it tried to break above it here. It bounced on this trend line, tried to break above it here at about 76.28, but we got rejected, right? We made another little higher low, because the low here was at about 72, the low here was at about 73. So a higher low was made, which indicates, this one could be recovering and pushing up, but we still have that resistance point at about $76, $77. So what I told my Instagram follower and subscriber, and what I'm, trying to implement myself with this particular stock, I'm going to be watching it. I already added it to my active watch list here. It's somewhere right here, yeah, AABA, and the volume is solid on this one as well. We have 12 million volume there, and what we're going to be watching in particular is if it does break above this SMA line that it was, rejected at previously. So if it does, guys, I'm going to be trading this one, right? I'm going to be possibly putting money in this one if all goes as planned and it breaks above this line. And I'm not really expecting it to break above that line in the next couple of days. This one might take a week because, it does have about 5% profit, or not profit, 5% price increase, to rise before it does get to that SMA indicator. So we're going to be watching this one in particular, and I do like it, again, because it fits my current strategy of swing trading. So that's the #2 stock that I'm watching for this week, and it's already in my active watch list. Another stock that I'm watching very closely this week is Walmart, ticker symbol WMT, and I was talking about this one about a week or two on my channel, and it's been riding around the same price as it was in that particular video where I was watching it, and that's around $87 to $88. And what we're going to be focusing on with Walmart, and again, this stock itself fits my swing trading strategy of being at a dip buy and actively still uptrending. And we're going to be showing you that chart here right at the 1-year, 1-day chart. We see that it took a big correction from 190. It was trading above the EMA line, trading above the SMA indicators here, right, indicating a downtrending pattern. Then what we noticed here, it slowly started to come to a halt. It found a new support level as we have drawn by this trend line. Let me just delete this one really quick. Drew another one by accident. Remove drawing. Remove drawing. Okay, we see here a clear support level on Walmart stock at about $82, and that's where I was initially watching it about a month or two ago, but I didn't really recap it at that point. But once it started to uptrend, I figured I would cover it on my channel, right? And I did that about 1 to 2 weeks ago. And from this point in about early June, I believe, yeah, early June, it broke above the EMA line, it broke above the SMA indicators. Not the SMA indicators because it's still under the 180, but it broke above the 50-day SMA indicator, and from there it's pretty much been uptrending. It made a lower or a higher low here at about $84, and it's pretty much just been pushing up and riding the EMA line ever since that particular point. And now we're looking at it closer because it's been consolidating at about $88 for the past couple of, like, pretty much 2 weeks, honestly. Not 2 weeks, maybe like 10 days. And we can see a 20-day 1-minute chart. We can see it clear right here. Walmart stock is at a valid support level right now at about $88. And what I'm looking at very closely now with Walmart is whether or not it's going to start to push up or whether it's going to get rejected by this SMA indicator and start to push back down. But since Walmart already took a huge correction this year of about 40%, 30%, I think Walmart is still going to actively uptrend from this particular point. And what we're going to be looking at and where I have my alert set, I'll set an alert right now for you guys. If Walmart, and for those of you guys that don't know how to set an alert, you pretty much just right click, come here to create an alert, and keep it at mark at or above. You can do at or above, at or below, below, above, but what we want is at or above $90. Okay, so we have an alert on Walmart now, which means that if it pops above $90, it's going to alert us, and I can make a decision as a trader on whether or not I want to stick my money into it. But what we're going to be looking at, guys, if it does start to push up, maybe past $89, $90, that's pretty much going to be a confirming point that Walmart's pushing up. It's going to continue this uptrending pattern instead of pushing down below. So just to recap with Walmart, I'm just watching it very closely in terms of if it's going to continue this push upwards or if it's going to start to push down here. And if we're looking at the RSI levels, they are at about 55, which does give it some room to continue to push up into the 70s, 75 in terms of RSI levels, which would obviously push the stock up in that particular situation. So that's what I'm doing with Walmart. There's a key resistance point at about $89. I did not mention that, just to quickly add that here. So again, $89 to $90 is the key price level for Walmart right now for it to break above in order for it to continue this uptrending pattern. So that's what I'm doing with Walmart, ticker symbol WMT. So another one I wanted to quickly go over today, and this is another one that I'm actively trading, but I did not add any more to this position today or yesterday. These are shares that I've been holding from last week's trading week, and this is more of a longer term swing trade for me because Gush has been moving slowly, but we had a nice 2.27% day today, and it actually went all the way up to about $40.50. So, the upwards momentum for Gush is there, and I wanted to talk about it really quickly to end off this video for you guys. And for those of you guys that don't know, Gush is an inverse ETF. Its inverse is DRIP, which pretty much means, for those of you guys that don't know what inverse ETFs are, when one is going up in price, the other one is going down in price. So since, Gush had a green day today, it had, 87-cent gain, 2.27%. We look over at DRIP, which is its inverse, and DRIP was probably down around the same percentage, minus 2.8 or 28%, minus 14 cents. So you guys get the idea of how those work. And these two ETFs, they trade based upon XOP, which is an S&P oil and gas ETF. So whenever this is going up in price, Gush is going up in price, and vice versa for DRIP. So what we're looking at in particular with Gush and why I've been holding it since last week is because, again, it fits my strategy as a swing trader. It's at a dip buy, it's on an uptrend over time, and it's a slow gainer, guys. This one has been slowly rising, so I'm being patient with it, and this is what I've been telling my Instagram followers that have been messaging me about Gush. I'm being very patient with it, and what we're looking at in particular, guys, and why I still think that Gush has chances to hit the 42s, 43s by the end of this week is this uptrending pattern that it's slowly starting to form. If we look over to the 20-day 2-hour chart, let me get rid of this. Drawing for you guys. Obviously, Gush is on an uptrend. Obviously, it's at a dip buy opportunity, and it's been consolidating right at about previous support levels for the past couple of days, and we talked about this at about $37.50 to about $38. And what we notice with Gush here, guys, is that it's slowly been starting to push up. It broke that support level, right? It bounced here at about $38.50, right? and now it's slowly starting to consolidate again at about 38.50, and it's even pushing up after market hours. After market hours, we can see it's up. How much is it up? I didn't even check this before. Oh, wow, it's up about 30. It's up to about $39.50 right now. And what we notice here, guys, is that, like I said, it's starting to push back up. It's starting to make higher highs now, and it's slowly starting to trade above the EMA line. Here we see it's kind of been dipping below it, but it's still been holding above the 50-day SMA, which is a very good indication of the SMA acting as a support level, and that's something that we look very deeply into, and it's my favorite indicator personally, and that's been acting as a support level. And now the big break above this EMA line and the consolidation above it is huge in my personal opinion. Now the next step for Gush, and what I'm looking at very deeply for the rest of this week, is obviously, and you guys could probably guess it, is if it breaks above this 180-day SMA line. And if it does do that, guys, the full-on uptrend is going to be confirmed at that point, because this does act as a resistance point. And if we look back over to the 90-day 2-hour chart, on the 90-day chart, it's slowly starting to break above the SMA line here, the 180 SMA line, and that's a very good sign. And I do use it multiple different time frames when it comes down to me taking trades. And usually on the swing trades, I like looking at the longer term time frames, but I still look at the smaller term, time frames to see, more of the intraday action of the price. So in here, it's slowly starting to break above the 180 EMA, and it's slowly pushing above it after market hours as well, or excuse me, the 180 SMA, slowly starting to push above it after hours, and that's just a great sign in my personal opinion with Gush. And there's no reason for me to sell it at this point, so that's why I'm still holding on to these shares. Let's say tomorrow it opened up and it started to push back down to 37, 36. I'm probably going to be cutting my losses in Gush. But since it's closed above the EMA line, it's closing closer above to the 180 SMA line, this one's still looking to push up, and there's no reason for me to cut my losses. So that's why I'm still holding on to Gush, and pretty much that is what I'm looking to do for the rest of this week. There's the two trades that I shouted out, or the two stocks that my subscribers shouted out to me, which is Run and AABA. AABA, I'm not actively trading, like I said, but Run, I'm actively trading. And these two stocks are stocks that fit my personal strategy. So if any of you guys out there want me to go over stocks, want me to go over specific stocks that you guys, want me to analyze, feel free to just drop them in the comments down below, and I'll make sure to cover them in my videos. And I would love to give you guys feedback on those stocks and pretty much just analyze them for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. The link is down below in my description. @StriveSmart is my username. I post all my profits there, trades I'm taking throughout the day, updates to my YouTube channel, and just random stories and just stuff that I'm doing throughout the day. So if you guys want to watch, follow me on Instagram and watch my stories and do all that fun stuff, feel free to click that link down below. Follow me on there, and I would love to connect and talk to you guys through the DMs, because a bunch of people are messaging me. I love engaging with my audience. That's what I'm trying to do, on a daily basis to help you guys give each other value, shout out stocks. And I'm going to be creating a Facebook page soon, possibly a Discord chat as well. Let me know in the description if you guys would be interested in that. I'm just trying to build a community, around my channel, and I think that's going to be great for the future, of our community. And make sure to do your own research when it comes down to buying and selling stocks. Do not buy or sell based off of my opinion. You guys have to do your own research when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market, because that's the only way you're going to become a self-sufficient trader. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, found some value in it. Let's make some money today. Peace!